Most people who try to save $10,000 quit before they hit $3,000. Research shows that 90% of people who set ambitious savings goals abandon them within 6 months. The problem isn't willpower or income. It's that everyone's been taught to save money completely backwards. My name is Nick, and I help people understand money, personal finance, and building wealth. If you're interested in getting your finances on track, and maybe even getting ahead of the pack, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this information helps you out. Here's what nobody tells you about saving money. Your brain is actively working against you. Every single time you try to put cash aside, scientists call it loss aversion. And it's the reason why watching $100 leave your bank account feels twice as painful. As finding $100 feels good, your psychology is rigged to make saving feel like punishment, which is why traditional advice about cutting back and sacrificing never works long term. But there's a way around this that researchers discovered in a 2004 study. People who used a specific automation strategy saved 3.8 times more money than those who relied on willpower alone. The difference wasn't discipline or income level. It was eliminating the psychological friction that makes saving feel impossible. Let me show you exactly how this works. Imagine you earn $67,000 a year. With the right automation setup, you could save close to $7,000 annually without making a single manual transfer. You'd never feel the sting of moving money from one account to another because it happens before you even see it. Your future self essentially taxes your current self 10%, and your current self never notices the difference. The setup requires about an hour of work up front. But once it's running, you're done. Step 1 happens on payday when your paycheck hits your checking account. Step 2 occurs automatically on that same day, when your bank splits the money into 2 separate accounts. The first account handles your spending, which includes fixed expenses like rent, utilities, insurance plus variable costs like groceries and gas. You'll need to calculate your average monthly spending by looking at the past 3 to 6 months of transactions. The second account is pure savings untouched by daily expenses. At the end of each month, anything left over in your spending account gets automatically transferred to savings as well. This leftover money becomes a bonus on top of your regular automated savings. Once the money lands in savings, it can flow into 3 possible destinations: an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses, a high-yield savings account earning actual interest, or investment accounts that build long-term wealth. What makes this system powerful is that you're never manually deciding to save. The decision gets made once during setup, then it happens automatically forever. You're not relying on discipline or motivation or remembering to transfer money. The friction disappears entirely. Now here's where most people sabotage themselves before they even start. They look at $10,000 and immediately feel overwhelmed. The number seems impossibly large, so they either set a smaller goal that won't actually change their life, or they don't start at all. Both options guarantee failure. $10,000 in 1 year breaks down to $833 per month. Still sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But that monthly number breaks down to just $27.40 per day. Suddenly, we're not talking about some massive sacrifice. We're talking about the cost of lunch at a mediocre restaurant. Let's get specific about what $27 a day actually looks like in real life. Cook dinner at home instead of ordering takeout, and you've saved $10 to $15 right there. Brew your own coffee instead of hitting the drive-thru for a $5 latte, and you're at $20 saved. Cancel 2 streaming subscriptions you barely watch. That's another $1 per day. Take the bus or subway instead of calling a rideshare, and you've saved $7. Skip 1 night at the bar each week and hang out with friends at home instead, and you've saved another $14 daily. None of these changes require you to become a hermit or eat nothing but rice and beans. You're just being slightly more intentional about where your money goes. The person sitting next to you on the bus is making the opposite choices and wondering why they're always broke. You're making marginally different decisions and ending the year with $10,000. But there's a psychological trap waiting for you even after you understand the math. It's called present bias, and it's the reason why people choose a small reward today over a larger reward tomorrow. Your brain is wired to value immediate gratification so heavily that future benefits barely register as real. This is why you know you should save, but you buy the thing anyway. The trick to beating present bias isn't fighting it directly. You can't just tell yourself to care more about the future. Your brain doesn't work that way. Instead, you need to reframe how you think about the daily savings. Stop thinking about saving $27 today, about having $10,000 in 12 months. The end point becomes your focus, not the daily sacrifice. When you shift your mental frame, this way something interesting happens that stops feeling like money you losing and starts feeling like progress toward a specific goal. You're not depriving yourself. You're building something. The emotional weight flips from negative to positive. This mental shift sounds simple, almost too simple to matter, but research consistently shows that people who visualize their end goal in concrete terms are significantly more likely to stick with challenging behaviors. Your brain needs to see the destination as real and achievable, not as some abstract concept floating in the distant future. The automation handles the mechanical side of saving. The daily breakdown makes the goal feel achievable. The mental reframe keeps you motivated when temptation shows up. But there's still one more element that determines whether you'll actually hit $10,000 or quietly give up after a few months. What drives you to save in the first place? Most people never answer that question honestly. They think about saving because they're supposed to, or because some financial advisor told them to, or because they saw an Instagram post about compound interest. But that's surface-level motivation, and it evaporates the moment you see something shiny on sale. Companies spend billions figuring out what makes you tick emotionally. Amazon knows you better than your best friend does. They've mapped your desires, your impulses, your weaknesses. Every ad you see, every product placement, every limited time offer is engineered to hijack your emotional decision-making. They've turned your brain into a profit machine, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Here's the secret they're hiding. These tricks work both ways. If knowing what makes you spend can make you buy, knowing it can make you save. Real research shows people who feel their savings are 3.3x more likely to stick to their goals. That's not 3%, it's 330%. It all comes down to one question. Why do you really want this money? Forget the fancy answer. What's the real reason? The one that hits you deep. Maybe it's escaping a tough past for your kids, or seeing your parents struggle and wanting a better way. Freedom, helping loved ones. What drives you? It needs to be felt, not just known. Because logic won't stop you from impulse buying, but that powerful image might. This is the golden circle of achievement. Most people focus on what they're doing, then maybe how, but rarely the why. And that why is pure power. It links daily choices to your deepest values. It turns saving from a chore into something meaningful. Saving becomes more than just a number. Think about your last impulse buy. You were probably hyped for a bit. Then, it just became another thing. Now, think about a goal you worked for. That feeling, it lasts. It grows, just like your savings. Make that future win feel real now. Put a picture of your goal somewhere visible. See it every single day. Dreaming of retirement freedom? Find an image that screams that feeling. Want to help your parents? Keep their picture close. Starting a business? Visualize it clearly. Your brain needs clear images, not fuzzy ideas. The future needs to feel tangible. But even with a strong why, temptation is a beast. It's standing between you and your money goals. This opponent knows your weaknesses. We all struggle to resist. You know you shouldn't buy it. You know you need to save. But that urge takes over, right? Your brain shouts, just get it. And your plans vanish. That's dopamine, the hidden driver of your choices. You're often not even aware it's happening. Here's the dopamine confusion. People think pleasure comes after the win. See it, buy it, feel good. Nope, that's not the full story. The dopamine rush hits before you buy, in the anticipation. Your brain gets hyped about having it. That excitement fuels the purchase. Once you get it, the dopamine fades. Ever bought something you had to have, only to forget it? Felt amazing for an hour, then poof, gone. The joy was in the wanting, not the owning. Companies know this. They thrive on keeping you wanting more. That's where the dopamine rush is. Stores use sales to create fake urgency. Online shops push you to add one more thing for free shipping. Free trials become subscriptions if you forget. Every trick aims to boost that anticipation dopamine, making you buy before you think. Fighting this head-on is tough. Telling yourself no more impulse buys is like saying, I'll never be hungry again. Your brain's wired differently. But there's a super simple trick that does work. When you want something, don't say no. Say not now. Make a list, digital or physical, and add it. Let yourself feel that dopamine rush. Enjoy imagining yourself with it. Then, wait 30 days before you can buy it. Studies show this works because it avoids conflict. You're not depriving yourself. You're just pausing the decision. And here's the amazing part. About 92% of the time, after 2 weeks, you realize you don't even want it anymore. It was just a fleeting urge, a temporary spike that felt urgent but faded. The items you still want after 30 days? Those are probably worth it if they fit your budget. But most things won't make the cut. You'll look at your list and wonder, why did I even want that? That's the difference between a real desire and a fake rush. This saves money, sure, but it does something bigger. It trains your brain to tell real wants from impulse wants. You get good at spotting the difference instantly. You'll see money differently when you grasp future value. Every purchase is a trade-off, now versus much more later. That $5 coffee isn't just $5. Invested at 10%, it's $13 in 10 years, $34 in 20 years. Is that coffee really worth $34 of your future? This isn't about never spending. It's about knowing the real cost. When you think about future value, your spending habits change. Prices aren't just numbers. They're opportunities you either seize or miss. Let's get practical. Looking at a $3,000 purchase? A new couch, a trip, a cool gadget? Before you buy, do the future value math. Is this coffee really worth $34 later? It's not about no spending. It's about knowing the real cost. Think future value, and your spending habits change. Prices become choices. Take them or leave them. Let's get practical. Picture a $3,000 purchase. Couch, vacation, gadget. Do the future value math before you buy. $3,000 at 10% interest turns into $8,000 in 10 years, $21,000 in 20, and $52,000 in 30. So, here's the big question. Is that thing worth $52,000 to your future self? Sometimes, yeah. A vacation might give you memories worth way more. Or a purchase might totally upgrade your life. But most times, the real cost is clear. You don't really want it enough to pay that price. This mindset is key to building wealth. Rich people see every dollar as growth potential. Spending kills that. Others just see cash to burn now. That $15 lunch could be $39 later. $100 night out, $260 in 10 years. Impulse $500 buy, $1,300 later. Add up these little choices over a year, and you're trading tens of thousands for fleeting joy. But there's an even bigger factor. The real savings formula isn't just income minus spending. It's income minus ego. Look around you right now. How much did you buy because you truly wanted it? Versus how much did you buy to impress others? New phone. Did the old one break? Or did your friend get the new model? That car, did it fit your needs? Or did you want people to see you in it? Most non-essential spending? Ego. It's about showing off, proving status, keeping up. It's the look at me effect. And here's the trap. More money means your ego wants more. A raise means your old car feels bad. Promotion means your apartment's too small. You make more, but never get ahead because your ego outspends your income. Your ego grows faster than your wallet. The fastest way to save more. It's caring less about what others think. Can you drive an old car while coworkers have new ones? Live simply while friends upgrade. Skip gram-worthy trips and dinners. Your answers here matter more than your salary. It's tough to admit, but we buy things to impress people we don't even like. We fake lifestyles and pay for an image that doesn't make us happy, trading our future for approval from people who forget us instantly. The irony? Truly wealthy people often don't look wealthy. They're low-key. Meanwhile, the broke ones are decked out, trying to keep up a bankrupting illusion. Cutting ego spending isn't about being cheap. It's about being honest with yourself. It means knowing what you actually want versus what you think you should want. It's separating purchases that help you from those that just feed your image. True wealth is options, not stuff that impresses strangers. The cool part? These strategies work together. Impulse control stops emotional buys. Future value thinking shows the true cost. And cutting ego removes the need to spend in the first place. Combine them, and saving becomes automatic. You'll still have tough months and temptations. You'll question the discipline. But with the right habits, these are manageable, not disasters. You'll have systems that run on autopilot. Mental models guiding choices. Clarity on what truly matters. The difference isn't willpower or income. It's having systems that make the right choice easy. Automate savings. Delay purchases. Think future value. Reduce ego needs. These aren't complex. They're just smarter approaches. Together, they're a game changer. Saving isn't sacrifice. It's building a system where it happens naturally. Your future self is counting on you. And now you know how to make it happen. Most people wait for the perfect time to save. Next month, after the next check, when things calm down. Years go by, nothing changes. That perfect moment doesn't exist. You already have what you need to save $10,000. You have the automation framework. No willpower needed. You have the breakdown. Makes the goal achievable, not overwhelming. You have the psychological tools to resist fake urgency and see through ego spending. You get future value. You know what money really costs when you spend it, not invest it. The only question? Will you actually do it, or just file it away? Because here's the tough truth. Knowing this means nothing if you don't act. You could read this whole script, agree, and still be in the same spot next year. Information without action is just entertainment. Set up that auto transfer. Today. Not tomorrow. Today. Add one thing to your later list. The next time you want to buy something on impulse, calculate the future value of that purchase. Before you buy it, instead of investing it, will you actually use this, or just file it? Here's what you don't want to hear. Knowing this means squat if you don't act. You could get this, agree, and still be stuck. Same financial spot next year. Info equals entertainment if you don't act. Set up that transfer now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Add one thing to your later list. Next time you feel impulse buy, to buy something. Figure out the future value of your next buy before you swipe. Ditch one selfish spend. Take action, any action. Bridge the gap from idea to impact. Your financial reality versus your dream. And where you want to be isn't about some hidden trick. It's about moving from I know to I did. That $10,000? It's yours if you make smart, steady moves. Only you can make it happen.